I submitted it to Gene Hackman, and Gene I'd known for many years, but we'd never worked together.
The legendary Clint Eastwood has decided to break his silence for the first time since the tragic passing of his longtime friend and colleague, Gene Hackman. For decades, the two actors shared a close bond filled with both tensions and growth created through their work in Hollywood. And now, Hackman's passing has left a deep void in Eastwood's life. From opening up about his grief, memories of Hackman, the projects they worked on together, what he thinks about Hackman and the powerful legacy he left behind. The life of Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman is a renowned American actor, born on January 30, 1930 in San Bernardino, California. With a beautiful acting career alongside numerous recognitions, some of which include Academy Awards, British Academy Film Awards, and Golden Globe Awards. At the start of his career, his early life was marked by frequent relocations due to his father's changing occupations. As such, he had to spend his childhood traveling from Storm Lake High School and later getting into the United States Marine Corps, serving as a field radio operator for 4.5 years. At the age of 10, he had decided that he wanted to become an actor. Unfortunately, by the time he got to 13, his parents divorced, and his father later left the family. After his discharge, Hackman moved to New York City, where he worked various jobs and began pursuing an acting career. Clint Eastwood's bond with his friend and associate is among Hollywood's most legendary friendships, although it also had its sad moments. Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman first encountered each other in 1971 while filming The Beguiled. Then they further went on to work on one of their most iconic projects together, the 1992 film titled Unforgiven, which was directed and starred by Eastwood. In the movie, Hackman played the role of Little Bill Daggett, a ruthless sheriff. It's reported that before that time, Eastwood had Hackman in mind for the role of Little Bill from the beginning, and he was thrilled when Hackman accepted the part, but that came after several persuasions. Somehow, the two actors were able to quickly develop a strong professional and personal bond during the filming of Unforgiven. Due to their legendary collaboration on Unforgiven, both actors were greatly recognized, with Hackman winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Little Bill. Eastwood also won several awards for the film, including the Oscars for Best Picture and Best Director. The success of the movie and their positive experience working together on the film helped establish a lasting friendship with mutual respect, although on the other side it came with its differences and conflicts. Hackman's breakthrough role came in 1967 with the film Bonnie and Clyde, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He went on to win the Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance as New York City detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle in The French Connection, alongside many other iconic movies. The person of Clint Eastwood. Just like Hackman, Clint Eastwood is globally recognized as one of the top Hollywood icons, although he is renowned for his versatility as an actor and filmmaker. Clinton Eastwood Jr. was born on May 31, 1930, in San Francisco, California. Similar to what Hackman faced, Eastwood's early life was marked by frequent relocations. Eastwood's entry into the entertainment industry was far from smooth. Just like most legendary actors, everyone seems to have their share of troubles when climbing to the top. At that time, he was rejected by several studios, including Universal, before he was eventually signed to a contract in 1954. Although his early film roles were largely uncredited, he still kept on pushing. Then eventually his first major break came in 1958, when he landed the role of Rowdy Yates in the CBS Western series titled Rawhide. One thing was significant about Eastwood. The period of the 1960s proved to be a significant decade in his life, as he transitioned from television to film and gained international recognition, especially with one of his iconic collaborations, which was with Italian director Sergio Leone. This resulted in the Dollars trilogy, comprising A Fistful of Dollars, released in 1964, For a Few Dollars More in 1965, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in 1966. These films were able to successfully establish Eastwood's status as a tough, rugged hero and laid the foundation for his future success. Unlike Hackman, in addition to his acting work, Eastwood has also established himself as a respected director and producer. He made his directorial debut with play Misty for Me in 1971 and has since directed lots of films which have all been significant in shaping his career. There's no doubt that Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman are two iconic figures whose contributions have left a significant mark on Hollywood. Both actors have been praised for their authentic performances and dedication to their craft. Their timeless impact on Hollywood is evident in the enduring popularity of their films and the awards and recognition they've received over their extensive careers. Somehow, the complexities of their characters allowed audiences to see heroes and anti-heroes in a new light. Though they are both icons, their career and rise to the top showed fully how different they are. Hackman's career featured a range of complex characters. Somehow, it was obvious that his ability to humanize flawed characters was one thing that brought him closer to the audience. Over time, both actors evolved, taking on roles that showcased their talents. Eastwood's transition to directing allowed him to explore good storytelling, while Hackman's later roles were also able to display his comedic side and adaptability. Their differences as iconic figures highlight their contributions to cinema and their status as enduring icons. The Unforgiven Legends. The movie Unforgiven, produced in 1992, stands as a clear example of the evolution of the Western genre, largely due to the collaboration between Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman. As an iconic movie directed by Eastwood and starring William Money, a retired outlaw seeking redemption, while Hackman portrayed Little Bill Daggett, a ruthless sheriff. The film was able to present morally different characters and highlight the consequences of mistreatment. Eastwood's Money is not the glorified gunslinger but a flawed man haunted by his past. Hackman's Little Bill, while maintaining order, employs brutal methods, blurring the lines between hero and villain. There's no doubt that the 1992 film Unforgiven was a commercial success and was also able to earn lots of awards. However, behind the scenes of this iconic piece were lots of tensions between Eastwood and Gene Hackman. It was revealed that the two actors had creative differences over the tone and direction of the film. Hackman reportedly wanted to play his character as a more sympathetic figure, while Eastwood, on the other hand, wanted a more villainous role. The tension between the two actors became pronounced during filming, with Eastwood making significant changes to the script and Hackman's character, which eventually turned out to be a very big issue. One time, Hackman also spoke publicly about his disappointment with the final product, feeling that his character was not fully realized. Despite the creative differences, Hackman's performance in the movie was widely praised. However, all of the tension between Eastwood and Hackman somehow became a lasting mark in the film's history. This shows just how many challenges go on when two iconic actors are to collaborate in filmmaking. Somehow, it is expected that their creative visions can sometimes clash. Despite the tension, both Eastwood and Hackman have continued to produce outstanding work in their respective careers. More tensions between them. The conflict that came up during the filming of Unforgiven wasn't all. One time during an interview, Clint Eastwood made some comments about Gene Hackman's acting style. Eastwood suggested that Hackman sometimes came across as trying too hard to be tough, implying that his performances could be overly mannered and lacking in originality. Well, following these comments from Eastwood, Hackman was quite surprised. In a subsequent interview, Hackman then expressed his surprise and hurt at Eastwood's comments about him, suggesting that Eastwood was jealous of his success. Well, this particular incident led to lots of controversies among their fans. The incident sparked a minor controversy in the film industry too, with some observers weighing in on the merits of Eastwood's comments. While some defended Eastwood's right to express his opinions, others felt that his comments were unprofessional and unfair, especially since they were both regarded highly in the industry. In the years since, both Eastwood and Hackman have continued to work in the film industry, with each maintaining a reputation for excellence in their respective craft. However, the incident remains a notable example of the challenging and painful nature of the film business. Well, it was also speculated by many that Eastwood's comments may have been motivated by a desire to distinguish himself from Hackman, who was then at the height of his fame. Although at that time, Eastwood had already established himself as a major star, and somehow he may have felt that Hackman's success was somehow diminishing his achievements. Regardless of the motivations behind Eastwood's comments, this particular incident shows that even the most successful and respected figures in the film industry are not immune to the pressures and rivalries that can sometimes drive them to speak their minds and end up offending others. With this comment, it was quite obvious that their relationship was strained. Disagreements during Million Dollar Baby. On a few occasions, it has been speculated that Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman have different views. Over the years, Eastwood has been recognized as a well-known conservative, while for Hackman, on the other hand, has been more liberal in his views. Both actors, Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman, were speculated to be at odds over the film Million Dollar Baby, released in 2004, which Eastwood directed and starred in alongside Hilary Swank and Morgan Freeman. It was revealed that during that time, Hackman was allegedly offered a role in the film but turned it down, reportedly due to creative differences he was having with Eastwood at that time. While this particular conflict went on, the incident brought about a minor controversy in the film industry, with some people suggesting that Hackman's decision to turn down the role was motivated by a desire to distance himself from Eastwood's behaviors and conservative politics. Despite the controversy and his refusal to be a part of the movie, Million Dollar Baby went on to win a few Academy Awards. Hackman, meanwhile, has continued to work in the film industry, as compared to Eastwood, at a slower pace than he used to. Well, there's no doubt that sometimes creative differences and personal opinions can often come into play and also affect major projects and milestones. While Eastwood and Hackman have both maintained a reputation for excellence in their respective craft, their reported conflict, which came about over Million Dollar Baby, shows that even the most respected figures in the industry can make career decisions based on personal differences. While Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman often portrayed characters on opposing sides, their relationship behind the scenes was marked by mutual respect rather than rivalry. Both actors went through the numerous phases of changes in Hollywood, adapting to changing genres and audience expectations. Their ability to reflect each other's strengths contributed to both the movie's success and highlighted their professionalism. Well, somehow this quiet bond between them extended beyond the screen, with both actors expressing admiration for each other on a few occasions. While they came from different backgrounds and took different paths to stardom, their careers share some interesting similarities. As their careers progressed, both Eastwood and Hackman transitioned from supporting roles to leading roles. Their contributions to film extend beyond their acting work. Eastwood has established himself as a renowned director, producer, and composer with a distinctive filmmaking style. Hackman, while not as prolific behind the camera, has demonstrated his range as an actor, effortlessly moving between drama, comedy, and action genres, differing career paths. In the years following, Eastwood has continued to direct and act in films, including the likes of Million Dollar Baby and Gran Torino, while Hackman, on the other hand, has largely retired from acting, although he has continued to work as a novelist and writer. Despite their differing career paths, both Eastwood and Hackman remain widely respected figures in the film industry, known for their talent, dedication, and perseverance. Eastwood had spent years in the industry and had firmly established himself as a director, while Hackman focused more on refining his acting skills. They were at various stages in their careers, so their interaction on set varied based on their perspectives. Eastwood was in charge. Hackman had always been the type to push boundaries and take measured risks. Their varied perspectives on their roles in the sector created a tense atmosphere. Eastwood was always the reserved type. He required very little to express his perspective, as his strategy was simple: stay low-key, remain composed, and allow the actions to demonstrate their significance. In contrast, Hackman was the complete opposite. Crafting characters with significant complexity was where Hackman thrived. He contemplated each moment and delved into the mindset of the character he was embodying. Frequently, the individual who would explore thoroughly the emotional dimension of a performance, he guaranteed that each movement and every phrase originated from an authentic emotion. This implies he wasn't consistently the quiet, somber type that Eastwood was. Eastwood was always a private individual. He maintained his private life away from public attention and steered clear of the Hollywood limelight. This may have been one of the reasons enabling him to sustain a career for such an extended duration. Eastwood was not inclined toward chasing fame. He favored understated environments. He aims to focus on his family life and allow his career to speak for itself. On the other hand, Hackman was quick to step into the spotlight, yet he also avoided becoming trapped in it. In contrast to Eastwood, he was recognized for being somewhat more energetic and expressive. Hackman's tragic end. Tragically, Hackman's passing was a big blow to the industry. He was found lifeless alongside his wife, Betsy Arakawa, whom he married in 1991, and their beloved dog. The investigation into their passing is currently ongoing, but the news has sent shockwaves through the film community and beyond. With all of the messages going about on the various social media platforms about him, there's no doubt that he was a beloved actor and friend to many. Their bodies were discovered partially mummified in their $3.3 million home in Santa Fe, with medications scattered in their bathroom. It is believed that the authorities assume they passed away on the 17th of February, 2025, 9 days before they were discovered, although the reasons for their passing are still unknown. By the time Hackman was found lifeless in the mudroom just off the couple's kitchen, they found close by his sunglasses and cane on the floor next to him. As a result of this scene, many people are speculating that he may have passed on from a fall. As for his wife, she was found lifeless on the floor of their bathroom with an open bottle of prescription medication found partially scattered on a countertop around her. They both showed no sign of any injury. As such, there are still speculations on how it all happened and who must have passed on first. Investigators fear Hackman and Arakawa may have lain lifeless in the house for up to 2 weeks, as they were both found decomposed and partially mummified. The cold, dry air of the New Mexico desert climate has been recognized to have likely helped preserve their skin and tissues, as the couple's bodies appear to have taken hours to identify. Eastwood finally breaks his silence. With all that they've gone through together as movie icons, coupled with their different personalities and little disagreements. Following Gene Hackman's passing, Clint Eastwood has finally come forth to honor his friend and colleague and also express profound admiration for him. While speaking following the passing of Hackman, Eastwood stated, "There was no finer actor than Gene. Intense and instinctive, never a false note. He was also a dear friend whom I will miss very much." This heartfelt tribute shows just how much respect and regard they shared. Even after his passing, Eastwood still sees him as the finest actor. His acknowledgement of Hackman's talent and their enduring friendship reflects the deep bond they shared, both professionally and personally. There's no doubt that their collaboration over the years remains a highlight of their careers, symbolizing a significant moment in the movie industry. Clint Eastwood's heartfelt tribute to Gene Hackman has shed light on the deep respect and admiration the two actors shared. Eastwood's statement, which described Hackman as a dear friend whom I will miss very much, was a clear reflection on their enduring friendship and professional collaboration, even though it was never obvious as many assumed. Regardless of whatever could have taken place during the years they worked together, he would miss his friend so much, more like it could have been better. He's around to pick quarrels with him than being far away, never to see again. As Eastwood noted, Hackman was a fine actor who brought intensity and warmth to his roles. Their partnership on the set of Unforgiven was a clear show of their mutual respect and trust. Eastwood has often spoken about the ease with which Hackman slipped into character, bringing a depth and complexity that elevated the entire production. To many, he might not have expressed it most times, but truly from what he has said, there's no doubt about his admiration for him. Aside from Eastwood, prominent figures like George Takei, comedian Dara O'Brien, Francis Ford Coppola, and presenter Lorraine Kelly, among many others, have all offered their sincere tributes to the star. Filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola, who collaborated with Gene on the 1974 movie The Conversation, shared on his social media page saying, "The departure of a remarkable artist, always a reason for both grief and admiration. Gene Hackman, an outstanding actor, inspiring and magnificent in his craft and intricacy. I grieve his absence while honoring his life and impact. An iconic retirement. Hackman retired from acting in 2004 with his final film role being in Welcome to Mooseport. Following the news of his retirement, he has since focused on writing, publishing several historical fiction novels. Although he has enjoyed great success in his career, his personal life has experienced a bit of complexity. Hackman has been married twice, first to Faye Maltese from the period of 1956 to 1986, and then to Betsy Arakawa in 1991, with whom he remained married until they both met their demise in 2025. Although many appreciated his performances, Hackman's retirement appeared to signify his desire to enjoy life away from the Hollywood spotlight, and it was admirable that he opted to step back while still at the peak of his craft. It was more about how their lives had taken different paths than about whether they were competitors or if anything important occurred between them. For years, the two did not attend any public occasions together. Long after Hackman stopped speaking, his career transformed to be even more influential, and he continued to be a prominent figure in Hollywood. Eastwood likely experienced the absence of his longtime friend even while enjoying this ongoing triumph. Numerous fans wondered about the fate of the actor who had once been one of Hollywood's most devoted and esteemed talents. Some speculated that Hackman was merely uninterested in the industry, as fame typically involved giving up privacy. Some thought he was unhappy with the types of roles that growing older created. In any case, Hackman departed from Hollywood in a mysterious way that left a void in the industry. Hollywood appeared to lose one of its most intriguing and unpredictable stars when Hackman disappeared. Hackman chose to distance himself from the industry. By the early 2000s, Hackman was in his 70s and opted to step away from the fame and the stress that came with it instead of leaving his profession. Hackman did not give a grand goodbye or a significant announcement regarding his departure. Eastwood's thoughts: the legacy of Hackman. Eastwood's tribute has also been able to fully highlight Hackman's kind and generous spirit. Despite his tough guy persona on screen, which he has always portrayed, Hackman was known for his quick wit and infectious sense of humor. His ability to find humor even in the most intense moments on set was a gift that drew him closely to his colleagues, and it also helped him to create a sense of welcoming among many in the film industry. As the news of Gene Hackman's passing continues to create an emotional moment throughout the film industry, Eastwood's sweet words about his dear friend serve as a clear reminder of the enduring power of friendship and collaboration. Despite their differences, Eastwood and Hackman created a bond that went far beyond their professional relationship, one that was built on mutual respect, trust, and a deep affection for one another. Aside from that, it was a friendship that, like every other relationship, had its share of tensions, but regardless, the love they share seems to have always been genuine. Eastwood was careful to note that Hackman's acting style differed from his own, but that did not diminish its worth. Eastwood also recognized that their partnership on Unforgiven was among the peak moments of his career. Despite the obstacles in their professional relationship, the chemistry they produced together on screen was undeniable. Eastwood was often asked in interviews about his earlier projects, especially with Hackman, but he never cared to offer any deep insights. Years went by while both performers appeared content to leave the past behind. This absence of public acknowledgement raised inquiries regarding their connection. Were they still companions, or did the strain remain? For years, the reality stayed unknown as both actors concentrated on their careers, causing fans to ponder what truly took place between them. In addition to how much he would miss Hackman, Eastwood also expressed his regrets as well. After they stopped collaborating, he regretted not making more effort to stay connected with Hackman. The years of silence allowed Eastwood to understand that, despite their professional admiration, they hadn't shared moments as friends. He expressed some annoyance at their differing paths and wondered if circumstances might have changed had they put more effort into maintaining their relationship. Eastwood recognized Hackman as an essential part of many key moments in his career. As we reflect on Hackman's remarkable legacy, we are reminded of the profound impact he had on the world of cinema. His passing leaves a void that can never be filled by anyone in existence or yet to be born. but his body of work continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. The passing of Gene Hackman has opened a window into the complex relationship between two Hollywood legends, Clint Eastwood and Hackman. Eastwood's words shed light on their relationship, revealing the respect and admiration that bound them together despite their differences. In the wake of Hackman's passing, their story serves as a powerful reflection on the nature of rivalry and the enduring legacy of their greatness. Clint Eastwood's heartfelt tribute and ability to break his silence even during this emotional and trying time creates a picture of the enduring power of their friendship and a reminder of the profound influence Gene Hackman had on the lives of those who knew him. What's your favorite Gene Hackman's movie? What do you think about Eastwood and Hackman's relationship and what he said about the late icon? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting stories about your favorites.